We have a real crisis on hand. I'm Pastor Henry Hildebrand. Want to speak to you. I believe this is a good time after I just returned home from Ottawa. Had an amazing time in Ottawa with the Million March for Children. Just an amazing turnout. What was happening, or what was missing in Ottawa, was no MPs present, no voice for the parents. That's alarming. That's very alarming. I guess I should correct myself. There was one MP that showed up, and that was Jagmeet Singh, but he was disoriented and found himself on the wrong side. Instead of standing for the parents, he was not doing that. When I saw him standing behind the flag there, I was about to ask him, does your own religion allow you to do that? Just asking for a friend. But anyway, that was the only one that showed up. You know that we have a real crisis on hand. Yes, I admit we do have a housing crisis, and that is alarming. How are our young people ever supposed to buy a home like this? But we do have a crisis that supersedes that one. We do have a crisis that is worse. And it kind of hurts that when families are out there, thousands of people came out on Wednesday. It kind of hurts to hear that while the parents are out there, and with tears in their eyes, the mothers are wondering, what holds tomorrow? Will my children be all right? And then we hear that because we were there during the week, we were there during the day, and then to hear what is being discussed in the House of Commons or question period, they're discussing a crisis. It's the housing crisis. Like I said, I don't deny that there's a housing crisis, but it kind of hurts to hear them discuss the housing crisis when there's a crisis that is far worse than that. When the people that are in the houses, when the people that rent, when they do not know, will my children be okay or will my children not be okay? I would like to have a word to the older pastors, older MPs, to the older people in general. Our days as older leaders are numbered. Unless we can go beyond just sitting there and showing up there in the House of Commons or wherever it is, or in the churches. If we just show up there while I'm doing my job and I'm here, our days are numbered. Unless we really start doing our job and we really start standing up. We've got some young, very nice, very talented, very gifted young leaders in the wings. And their patience is running a little thin right now. They're wondering, will the older people stand up or will they not? You know, when you have young parents, and right now there's a major percentage, a major shift. There's a lot of between 18 and 40-year-olds. A lot of them are moving over from the liberal side, away from the liberal side. They are wondering, and they have little children. Look, when you touch little children, you touch the nerve. At one point, it was, well, that's those pastors that don't want to close their church, and who knows, that didn't interest everybody. But when that goes from there, and you're touching the children, and you have the Toronto School Board tell us that there's no such thing as parental rights. There are children's rights, but not parental rights. That is alarming. That is alarming. And that's why you see these parents are wondering, where exactly is this going? We're actually in a battle no less than David and Goliath's time. No less. We have two strong opposing sides. And the question we are asking here is there not a cause? Is there not a cause? When we see where it's going, when we see how our children that God has given to us, when we see that they're being indoctrinated by pedophiles and mutilated by tyrants, I think we have a crisis. I think we have a crisis. And many people think we have a crisis. The parents think we have a crisis. Wouldn't it be wonderful if the people that were voted in to represent the people, if they would actually show up? This reminded me a lot of the trucking convoy. Where is everybody? The people that you're supposed to represent, MPs, the people that you're supposed to represent. And some of these MPs are excellent people. I've got some good friends among them. Good friends. Excellent people. That's not the problem. The problem is the time for us to be just nice is past. We've got to be good. It's not enough to be nice. We've got to be good. Where are the MPs that will step out of their comfort zone, step up, step out, and say, here I stand? Where are the MPs that will publicly state that these people like Josh Alexander and Tamara Leach and Chris Barber and other people, who's there? Which MP is willing to stand up and say they are our national heroes? Because they are. They are. My question is, what is so difficult to stand up and tell the truth when we already know nothing else will stand and hold like the truth? What is so difficult? We've got to stand with these people. These people are telling us, look, this is where we are, and they're taking a stand. Where are we? You know that it is high time that we must do something about it. When they're weaponizing our tax dollars against our families, that must stop. That must stop. We must go from here and continue. We must demand full parental choice in education. I said full parental choice in education, whether that is public, private, or homeschool. There's something seriously wrong when our students, when our children have to follow the funding. There's something seriously wrong when our families are paying double, paying the government for the public school system and paying their own fees for the private education. Seriously wrong. Seriously wrong. The funding must follow our children. That's the way it is supposed to be, not the other way around. God help us that we would be a people that realizes that right now this is our day. This is our time. We must do something. If we don't, like I said, we have young leaders in the wings. I see them. I hear them. They're there. The rumble is there. I hear it. It's either we do it or we don't do it. Something very wrong when we have a parliament full of MPs and not a single one will step out and clearly state his position. Something seriously wrong with that. This is my call to us older ones. Let's do it. Let's do it. We have a crisis on hand, a serious crisis on hand. It's a crisis about our children. We must stand up for them. They have no voice. We must do it. God bless you.